Okay, so this time I decided to, I'm deciding to try something different, right? I'm currently in Ghana, which I know I've said a few times, but there's a reason why I say it. So I just figured I'd do a video talking about a few things, and instead of showing my face, at least people get to see what Ghana looks like. For those that haven't seen it, this is University of Ghana, which is in Accra. So my point of this video is for people that have been watching like my debates or my live recently, and you know people are seeing it as, oh, why is this guy talking about Christianity? Why is he talking about religion and how it affects black people? Why can't I just let people be and so on, right? I'll tell you why that's important, and I want people to understand that I try to be as respectful as possible, right? But I am like I am who I am. I'm not gonna try to cater to one specific person, right? If I say something and it sounds harsh to you, it might be harsh, but to the next person, it might not be harsh, right? I've been through hearing things that honestly broke my heart when it comes to this journey that I'm on. Information that I've found out are things that obviously I didn't know was true. So when you start finding out the truth about things that's actually going on, it actually hurts because then you realize that damn, I've really truly been believing this all along. So I'm actually a little bit shy in walking around because I don't want people looking at me like I'm a creep, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Anyway, yeah, so when you find out things that you've believed for 20, 30 years of your life, you start to realize that you've been lied to pretty much. So when I talk about religion, when I talk about different things, I'm not speaking from guessing. I'm not speaking from, I'm just bringing this out of thin air. I'm speaking from scholarship. I'm speaking from research, right? Majority of the things that I say, I could back it up with at least 3 references. So if some people get offended, that's fine. That's not my aim. I'm just trying to provide information. I'm trying to give knowledge because especially when it comes to black folks or Africans, we have to understand that information is something that we were denied for centuries. Information is something that we didn't have access to. Information is something that if you were caught reading certain books that can uplift you, enlighten you, you were killed. Your family was wiped out, right? A lot of information that I'm giving out nowadays, if you talked about these things back in the days, you wouldn't exist the next morning. People would have sold you. They would have traded you in for food. That's a nice Benz right there. They would have done different things. So me even putting that information out, up until this day, there are still leaders. There are still black people that are getting frowned upon, stigmatized, killed for exposing this kind of information. So we're in a day and age of information, and people still choose to not not read. Or I mean, you don't have to even. Anyway, let me not even get into that. But to get back to my point, we they've it's literally a known fact, and this is something that has been going on for centuries. They would always say, if you want to hide something from a black person, you hide it in a book. It's literally a known thing. So when I started reading, that's when I started learning a lot. That's when I started unlearning. That's when I realized that, a lot of things that I thought I knew, I literally had no clue. I remember when I went to court because I was picked for jury duty, and then I got in front of the judge, and the judge asked me, would I be able to be a good jury or whatever he was saying. I said no. I was honest with him. I said no. He said, why? I'm like, because one, I studied something in school. Two, later on I started reading outside of the books that they gave me in school, and then I realized that it was a bunch of lies, it was a bunch of nonsense. And immediately he told me, you're excused, you can go. So right there he can tell, like, yeah, this is not somebody that is just gonna play by the rules. This is not somebody that can just listen to anything that I really have to say. But yeah, back to the topic. So the information that I give when I'm speaking of like religion and so on, a lot of things that I say, you feel free to look it up. If you can find something that can say what I'm saying is false, please share it with me. I spoke about the fact that If we look at religion, it tells you that man was here first. But if you think about it, how is it possible for a man to come here first when you know that a man, a woman, or any species cannot come out of a man? Hold on. You know that it's impossible for a species to come out of a man. You know that the woman's body is designed to be able to reproduce or to be able to bring forth a child. So if anybody's here first, it'll have to be a woman. You can literally take the words or the letters M-A-N out of woman, but you cannot take a woman out of man. So even that gives you the hint at it. So that's one of the things that I spoke about, and people don't understand that the people that wrote those books, the reason why they put that man was here first is because they want it to be a society or a situation where man ruled the world. That's why they said man was here first. It wasn't because a man was here first. It's just because they want you to believe that a man was here first. If you look up the definition of God, you will see supreme, you will see male. If you look up the definition of goddess, you won't see supreme. You won't see supreme, you will just see like female there. So there's a lot of things that points towards that, and people have to understand that. So when I give this information, it's not to make people feel somehow or make people feel like, they don't know what's going on. But I myself have had to like go through the unlearning of all the nonsense that I knew before. When I first started this journey, I was like heartbroken. I was shocked. Like a lot of times I stayed up like all night just reading and reading and reading, because the more you read, the more you know. And for the people and for the Christians that's always quick to say, you got to read the Bible with the Holy Spirit, or you have to or my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Yes, but it doesn't say my people perish because of too much knowledge. It doesn't say that. And you can't keep saying things like, oh, my people perish because of lack of knowledge, but all you're doing is reading one book. Like, that statement itself tells you that something is wrong with that picture. So my point of doing these videos or doing these debates and having these conversations with people is just to get you to think, right? Your brain, our brain has done wonderful things in this world, okay? You can't just keep it inside one box. You should be able to think from different angles, right? Think from different angles. Don't just believe everything that you see. Question everything. Do your own research. Do your own studying. Let me see if I got something more to add. Let me see. I can't think of anything. Let's see, what can I add? Yeah, so I can think of anything. Obviously, this is not live, so nobody can ask me any questions. But yeah, so that's the point. I'm just putting the information out there. You receive it how you want. And the truth is, the message is in the mind of the receiver. Okay? I can tell somebody right now, shut the hell up. They can take that with a smile on their face. Or I can tell somebody, shut the hell up, and they will be truly offended. It's just about how the person takes the message. It's not necessarily, I understand sometimes it's how you say certain things, but it's however you take it. If somebody tells me to shut the hell up, I can either take it in a positive way or take it in a negative way. So when I'm putting the information out there, it's not to offend people or hurt people's feelings. It's just to get you to think. It's to get you to think, is to get you to understand that a lot of things that you think it's not true. A lot of information has been hidden from us, and now we're in a situation where we have access to it. Thousands of years ago, or hundreds of years ago, a lot of this information were hidden, but now due to the internet and so on, we have access to a lot more than we've ever had. So anyway, that's just my quick video for the day. I'm gonna end this one under 10 minutes so I don't blow out people's eardrums. Peace.